Hi, this is Tom, and this is Lesson 15, Practice with the Mean and the Median. So, what we're going to do is we're going to begin this by calculating the mean of the data set that is presented in the picture, the dot plot here. So, notice this. So, my average is I have 8 zeros. 8 zeros. I could write them all out. 1, 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. And if I divide them by 8, well, this is going to be 0 divided by 8. In other words, x bar is very simply 0. So a couple of things. First off, if I have to write a whole bunch of zeros, instead of writing out that many additions, in the next, because we're going to do this a few times in this video, instead of writing that, I'll write 0 added up 8 times. And that way, that'll be a little easier instead of writing all those zeros. So 0 times 8, that's 0 over 8. And we already know that result. That's just 0. And then also, we're going to use this triangle here to represent the mean of the data set. Okay, so with that, I'm going to take, and I'm going to put the top dot, over here on 3. That's right, we're going to put it on the 3. So when I do this, the question is if you think of this as a teeter-totter, and right here where the mean is our balancing point, clearly this teeter-totter is going to sink to the right side. So the question is well, how do I keep the teeter-totter balanced? And what you could say is that, well, what if I put another dot on the same place on the other side? So notice this. The dot I just put down is 1, 2, 3 units to the right of the mean, and so we have a positive 3. So let's take another dot and put 1, 2, 3 units to the left of the mean. I'll put that dot. And so being left of the mean, we represent it by negatives, and being right of the mean, we represent it by positives. And now if I wanted to calculate my mean, well, I could say that x bar is equal to, I have a minus 3, plus I have 0, and I have 6 of those being added, plus I have a positive 3, and sure enough, a negative 3 plus 0 is still negative 3. Add 3 more to that, and I have 0. And so I've kept my mean balanced. Now, I'm going to take the same picture, and we're going to try this. We're going to try this again. Let's see. So let me cut my picture here. We'll clean it up as we need it. So let's see. Oh, I didn't do that very well. Let's just take that off and go back to our tool here. So let's put that there. Looks about right. Okay. I'm going to erase my arrows. Okay. So again, this time I'm going to still put it, that first dot, the first dot I'm going to put over here on the 3. But now the question is now what I want to do is move 2 dots. Not just one, but move 2. Move 2 dots. So that the mean is 0. Okay, well, here's what we want to think about. Since I have the first dot was 3 units to the right of the mean, that means I need a total of 3 units to the left of the mean. So if I move, say I move this first dot over to negative 2. Now, I can't move it to negative 3 because, well, then it would be balanced, but the directions say I have to move 2 dots. I can't move one to -3 and leave the other at 0. So I'm going to move one to -2. Well, that gives me, this is now 2 units to the left of the mean. So now, but I need a total of 3 units left. And remember, the negative just means left. So if I do that, well, let's put this other dot down here at -1. So now I have a -2 plus a -1. That's -3. So now I have 3 units to the left. I have 3 units to the right. And we can double check this. This says x bar is a -2 plus a -1 plus, notice now I have 0 and I have 5 of those, plus I have a 3. Divide that by 8. Well, -2 plus -1, that's -3. Add 0. I still have -3. I add 3, and there I am. I've maintained my mean of 0. Okay, and let's try a couple more. I'm going to try 2 more problems here. So again, I'm going to take this and bring this down. And let's put it right there. Paste. Move it around, and let's clean up some of our arrows. We can fix those in a moment. Okay, here we go. Now the directions are, oh, let's see. We're going to put, again, I'm going to put the very first dot over here onto 3. And so then the directions are now move 3 dots. I have to move 3 dots. Move 3 dots so that the mean, so that the mean stays at 0. Okay, well, it's the same idea. If I have to move 3 dots, well, I can't move to -2 because we already saw that if I do that and move 1 more, and then, well, then it's done. So in this case, what we would do is we would move 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, and that gives me a total of 3 units to the left of the mean. So maybe this first dot goes down here, and maybe this second dot goes there, and then this third dot goes right there. And now look at what we've done. If we check this out, now I have that x bar equals, I have a -1, I have another -1, I have another -1. I could have written that as -1 times 3. And then let's see, I have 0. We have now, look at, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the zeros plus my 3. Add that up, divide by 8, and you'll see that the answer is again 0. So the idea is that the mean is just a balancing point. So if I move something left, somehow I have to move the same thing right so that the total distances stay the same. The distances left are equal to the distances to the right. Now, let's take this picture. We're going to do this probably our last time today, or for this lesson. And we'll put it there. There. And then, this time, let's try it the other way. We've been moving pieces 3 off to the right. Well, let's take a look when we move 3 off to the left. How about even 4? Let's go 4 units to the left. So if I move one 4 units to the left, here's what we're going to do. So let's put some kind of challenge to this. I have an idea. Let's do this. Move 2 dots. Move 2 dots so that the mean stays at 0. Stays 0. All right. Well, here we go. Um, well, what I could do is this. I have -4, so net right here, I have, this is -4 means, let's just write that out. It means 4 units left of the mean. So now what I need is I need a +4. To get a +4 would means 4 units right of the mean. And you may notice that there's a couple ways you can do this. There's actually two. One might be we could move a dot over here to 1 and a dot over here to 3. Well, 1 plus 3, that gives me 4. So I could move one dot down here, and I could also move another dot to 3 because 3 plus 1 is 4. And now if you put that in the formula for the mean, it'll stay balanced. But there's one more way to do this. I could, maybe one of our famous arithmetic problems is 2 plus 2, and look at that. If I take the first dot and I put it down here at 2, and then I take my second dot and put it also at 2, well, 2 plus 2 is 4, and there we have it. Again, 4 units right of the mean, so that it balances the 4 units left of the mean. We're going to stop here. In the next lesson, we're going to try one more challenge problem to try to keep the mean balanced. Thanks for watching.